Get everything on your checklist with Ford Blue Advantage. A certified inspection, comprehensive limited warranty, Carfax report, and a 14-day 1,000-mile money-back guarantee. See your participating Ford dealer for limited warranty details and important rules on the money-back guarantee program.
Live from multiple locations via the miracle of Skype, it's the LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing. Co-host, Ed Kaluka. Featuring dangerous Dan Margetta. And Brian Schmidt. LTN is a caller-driven program, and your participation is encouraged by calling 414-421-7901. That's 414-421-7901. Now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
Boy, I'm not sure when NASCAR started this first round of the playoffs, that they thought for 1 minute that the first three playoff races were going to be won by Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Chris Buescher. Oh, my God. Hello, everybody. Todd Bailing in Greendale, Wisconsin. Joined by my three partners, beginning with Ed Kaluka in West Bend, Wisconsin. Which one of those three did you think was going to win, Ed?
None of them, but it's the quality in the car. And I'm
there you go.
A place today that has no fireworks, but guess what? It doesn't cost anything to get in. It's free. Come on to Slinger.
Is that where you are right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'll bet you're joined by our producer and co-host, Dan Margetta. Hi, Dan.
Hi. Yeah, I'm sitting right next to them. We're ready to go. Free admission night. The price is right. And, yeah, I didn't have any of those guys winning. I didn't have any of these winning. The first guys out I didn't have. I mean, if you signed a contract in your life to race for Richard Childress Racing, you got eliminated from the playoffs. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Dillon. I got nothing the rest of the year. I have no idea what's going to happen.
It is definitely a crapshoot, isn't it? And, of course, Brian Schmidt of Ootsburg, Wisconsin. Yeah, you didn't have any of them either.
No.
None of us did.
No, absolutely not. It goes to show anybody that said that this new car wasn't going to even the playing field. I mean, we're seeing it. We're seeing how even it can be, and how, who would have thought, Brad, when he bought, Roush Fenway was going to be able to get in victory lane, at a non-restrictor plate track too, nonetheless. Restrictor plates are a crapshoot, but to go to Bristol, and that car was really, really good at the end, and his car was really good too before he had a tire issue. So, kudos to Brad. That's a much deserved win for him, and see a little bit of bear some fruit for his efforts. That's cool.
I'm not sure that
there's 32 full-time Cup guys. 32 guys running full-time in a ride every week, and now 19 of them have won.
Isn't that crazy?
And Martin Truex is not one of them, and Ryan Blaney is not one of them. Brad Keselowski is not one of them. Think of the guys that haven't won yet that could have.
Yeah, and then last week's Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Chris Buescher, just absolutely incredible. All right, so last night, I don't know if there's a problem with putting dirt on and taking dirt off of that track, but the competition wasn't good. Was it right front tires, Ed, or was it overall parts failures led by power steering pumps?
Well, first of all, the problem was that they put that grip material, the resin, around the bottom of the racetrack. That was the dumbest thing I ever saw. That forced forever for the top to come in and make good racing. And by then it was a mess. So I blame the racetrack for the way they put the traction down. As far as the cars itself, yeah, they're breaking. Right front tires were the problem last night. Nothing to do with the car, with the suspension, nothing. They had a tire problem. If you had just a skosh too much camber on the right front, you're going to blow a tire. And you got to be able to work within those parameters of camber when they give. I blame Goodyear for that problem. And as far as the rear suspension, there's a bar that goes from the frame to the rear upright. And it locks the rear wheel so that you cannot change the toe on it. Well, there's two bolts. That's simple, two bolts. And 3 times now, them bolts, the bar has never broken, but 3 times now the bolt has dropped out. Now, that's inexcusable.
Is there any truth, though, Ed, to the fact that, I heard a couple drivers say it, Kevin Harvick being the most one, that these new cars are going way too fast in the corners to breed good racing. I mean, did you see any of that?
No, I don't think it's I agree with every driver out there that the car is not safe on crashing. They have to do something for the impact of these cars. And I have a solution for them. They're making this front clip out of HSLA, which is a high-strength, low-alloy steel that's bulletproof. All they have to do is reduce the quality of the stub manufacturer, the material. Everything is stay the same. Just back off on the material that front clip is made out of, and it will fold up when it hits the wall. That's my fix for the car.
At least for the driver and the possibility that they're getting hurt all the time.
Right, because the car is so rigid, that HSLA material is so strong, it doesn't give up. You know, that's what I made the wheels out of, was HSLA, because it's bulletproof.
And what's the deal with all the parts failures? I mean, power steering pumps went last time. We've had engine failures. It's been forever since we've had people with engine failures. It used to happen a lot, but it's been forever since we've had it where this many have happened and affected races. And that, I mean, is it because everybody's using the same parts? I mean, Truex was mad. He flipped off his power steering pump.
How do you whip off your power steering pump?
And the problem with the power steering pump is the quality of the parts that it's made out of. Instead of going to Randy Sweet, who makes the best power steering units in the world, they went to some other outfit and gave him the quote. Now, you see, when you have one manufacturer and that manufacturer has a problem, you're screwed, because you've got contracts with them. They can't buy anything but that particular part. And when that guy has a problem, you're in big trouble, because you can't go to Sweet. You can't go to somebody else, because you put yourself in one bed with one manufacturer for every part.
Boy, the Hendrick cars were chasing poor old Christopher Buescher yesterday, who on his last stop, his crew chief decided to take 2 tires to get him out front, and I'll be damned. First win for Roush in 5 years, and the first non-plate race since 2014, over 3,000 days since the last non-plate race for the Roush group. And, you know, did it take Keselowski to come on board to maybe change the direction of that place? Interesting, isn't it? And by the way, here's a little something that you guys didn't know. And I heard this secondhand, okay, not firsthand, secondhand. Our old friend Jimmy Fennig, this is his first win since being named vice president of Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, up from competition director. So nice for him, good for the whole Roush family over there. You can't say enough about the fact. Hey, how about watching that 6-car lead? I thought for a minute there he was going to have a shot at it till he lost a tire.
He had got some luck. I mean, he had some bad luck and scraped the fence. They didn't throw a yellow for him. He went down a couple laps. But if they, like the 20 car, he scraped the fence, they threw the yellow. He kind of got saved. He didn't have to lose a couple laps.
Fords didn't get cautions. Toyotas did. What the hell is that all about? How did we do that? Brian, I guess even Kyle Petty was critical of that.
He made reference to that too, how, you know, Bell was able to get that caution, and that still allowed him to finish second. And, you know, other guys hit the walls and they weren't able, and tires go out and they weren't able to get the caution. So a lot of inconsistency last night with that. But how about also shout out to Fastenal? Fastenal has stuck with Roush for all these years. Remember, they were on the car way back when Carl Edwards was there. Oh, yeah. They stuck with it, and they were able to get back in victory lane too. That's good to see a company like that who's sticking it out get back in victory lane. That's also very nice.
And of course, go ahead, Ed.
It's kind of like sponsorship that some of these car dealerships have with oil. Well, with Fastenal, it's Roush Industries, who has 2,500 employees in Livonia, Michigan. They use exclusively those nuts and bolts.
There you go. Last week, of course, at Kansas, Bubba Wallace, no more talk about, the only way he can win is in the rain. He did it, folks. He outraced everybody else and won last week at Kansas on a 1.5-mile track, looking good doing so. And can you imagine the first 3? We've got the 17th, 18th, and 19th different winner so far in this season with the car we're running. It's absolutely amazing. And if their whole idea was to make everything a little more competitive with this next gen, They certainly did it. Now, let's get the parts right. Let's make a few little design changes, and I think we got something we can race for many, many years. This is LTN, and we've got a special guest when we come back.
The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend returns to Wisconsin's Road America and Elkhart Lake, September 16th through the 18th. This vintage race draws more than 300 vintage and historic race cars across 11 groups to run over this 3-day event. This year will also feature the women of motorsports. Make it an outdoor family weekend with camping on site. Children under 16 get in free with paying adult. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
The season finale at the Fair Park in Plymouth is coming on Saturday, September 24th. The annual Sprintacular features a high-powered IRA 410 sprint cars, the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA 360s, the Wingless Sprints, and the Lightning Sprints. 4 divisions of sprint cars in one action-packed night of racing. That is the September Sprintacular, Saturday, September 24th at the Fair Park in Plymouth. On-track action at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at wagnerautomotive.com.
This is The Herd.
Attention listeners.
With Colin Cowherd. Well, Sammy Watkins came out yesterday. Said Mahomes is, he's fine. But Aaron, different level. But most would take Mahomes. But let's slow down on he's not on Aaron's level. Come on. This sports are about January. That's what this sport is.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to the program. Glad you could join us. This has been a busy little week for the racing world. I'm telling you that NASCAR came out with their 2023 schedule, and lo and behold, for the first time since I think it's 2009, Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Mile is on the NASCAR schedule. The Truck Series is coming here next year, and the man behind it is Bob Sargent of Track Enterprises, who joins us on the phone right now. Bob, this is great news for all of us that have ever been a fan of the Milwaukee Mile, and you did it, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. We're just really excited and looking forward to bringing NASCAR there. I mean, it's the Milwaukee Mile's got such history, and of course everybody knows of the Milwaukee Mile, and the facility is still up to grade, really good. So we're looking forward to it.
Tell us about the process of getting NASCAR to come back with one of their 3 major series.
Yeah, I mean, we started promoting it the Milwaukee Mile several years ago with the Midwest Tour late models and some other divisions there, and had some success. We saw the facility and how it was kept up well. So we moved to an ARCA Menard Series national race did that for a couple of years, and so it's kind of a progression. We have an excellent working relationship with NASCAR, so we started these talks a couple of years ago, and this all came to fruition.
Get everything on your checklist with Ford Blue Advantage. A certified inspection, comprehensive limited warranty, Carfax report, and a 14-day 1,000-mile money-back guarantee. See your participating Ford dealer for limited warranty details and important rules on the money-back guarantee program.
That's unbelievable. Now,
I would like to thank your efforts because if we would not have them. So kudos to you, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. You can already buy tickets, correct?
That. We did. We went ahead and put tickets on sale right away. We seem to have a lot of success with another NASCAR truck race we've done in the past, and we put tickets on sale right away. So we had that organized and ready. Again, our past experience there has helped. Chairman Yingling and Director Sherry Black, all the staff at the fairgrounds have been great to work with. So, that's a little bit of a misnomer that people say that they didn't want to race or something like that. And this new regime is really excited, really positive, and really good to work with. So I think that's going to help. I think all the community involvement, your guys' interest in the radio and the media, we just think it's going to be a tremendous weekend for Milwaukee area racing.
So tell us a little bit about what that day is going to look like. You're still going to have the ARCA series there, correct? And is the ARCA and the Truck series both going to run on the same day? So your one ticket will be able to see two races? Is that how that's going to work?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep. So we're still working out Saturday's schedule. A lot of factors go in there, TV, schedules, travel time, things of that nature. But Sunday, the plan is to have an ARCA race approximately 12 noon, and then the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series right after that.
Now, you have some experience.
No lights there.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said we just have to be delicate in our schedules and timing with no lighting at the facility. But, hey, been there like that for years. There's the old days we all did afternoon races, so we're prepared.
You are not a rookie when it comes to dealing with NASCAR. You have already promoted a couple of truck races, correct?
Yes, we have. We're fortunate to be able to have done NASCAR truck races, but it goes deeper. I mean, NASCAR owns ARCA now, so we deal with them on a regular basis there. We do 8 of those races or more, and great personal relationships with everybody at NASCAR. So we feel very comfortable with what we're doing there, and hopefully years to come, we'll just keep the progression going.
So I guess the next natural go ahead, Ed.
Sure look forward to running some ads for you coming up to the race.
We're pretty excited for you all the way around, Bob.
So the next natural question then, Bob, would be what do you see in the future there? There's been a lot of rumors flying around, especially in the IndyCar world, about how IndyCar would really want to get back to the Milwaukee Mile. Is that something you'd be interested in? Is if the truck race is a huge success, is that something looking forward that the fans can be looking possibly doing, or maybe even more than that?
Well, like I tell people, this is my business and it's my passion. I mean, I really enjoy it. I like putting on events that fill the stands and people, walk away with their kids, their family, their grandfather, generations say, man, that was a great race, and we start doing it every year. So I enjoy doing that. Again, it is a business for me. So sky's the limit. I mean, I think we're open to anything. We are on a natural progression to do it in an orderly manner. So, a 2 to 5 year goal and vision out there is absolutely to do more.
Cool. And for the late model fans out there, is there still the possibility of having the Midwest Tour Father's Day weekend? Is that also something that's probably going to happen next year?
It is. It's already signed. So you'll be hearing more and more about that. You'll be hearing more and more about renewing seats. If people like to keep the same reserved seats for every event we have there, things of that nature. So, yes, you'll be hearing a lot more about the Midwest Tour event, but it will be Father's Day weekend again.
Bob, you've picked up your status in the city of Milwaukee very much this last week. You might have been just some guy that did a couple of races at Milwaukee. Now you're the guy who brought NASCAR back to the Milwaukee Mile, and you are on another level, my friend. Congratulations to you. Anything we can do in support of your event, we will, and hope to see you in the future.
Well, I really appreciate that, because now we got to roll our sleeves up and really get to work and make sure this thing's a sellout we're confident that the teams are going to put a good race on the track itself. So, again, we just got to roll our sleeves up, promote this thing, make sure everybody knows it's happening, and it'll be a great day.
Bob Sargent, the man at Track Enterprises and the guy that brought NASCAR back to Milwaukee. We appreciate the time, and we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Did you make it out to Road America this summer? The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the season at America's National Park of Speed, September 16th through the 18th. Make the most of your summer. Get tickets at roadamerica.com.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
The season finale at the Fair Park in Plymouth is coming on Saturday, September 24th. The annual Sprintacular features a high-powered IRA 410 sprint cars, the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA 360s, the Wingless Sprints, and the Lightning Sprints. 4 divisions of sprint cars in one action-packed night of racing. That is the September Sprintacular, Saturday, September 24th at the Fair Park in Plymouth. On-track action at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
High school football fills up our Friday nights here in Wisconsin. Join us for Football Friday night, 9:30 to 11. Join me, Chuck Freeman, and Dan Pfeiffer. We'll have all the big games covered as we jog around the state and check in with our reporters and coaches and wrap up the Friday night action. Scores and analysis each Friday night from the high school gridirons around our great state. Catch it here, Football Friday night, each Friday night, 9:30 to 11, right through the playoffs in November.
Brought to you by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
And welcome back to LTN. Yeah, there was some other racing that happened at Bristol, not just the Cup race last night. The ARCA series ran. Sammy Smith won the race and the championship, the young Iowa driver. In the Xfinity series, Noah Gragson won his 3rd straight. And oh, yeah, the trucks race there, too. And winning his first ever race in the truck series and sending him on to the Final Four, one of 4 drivers that will have a shot at the championship in Phoenix. Ty Majeski wins number 1. Ty Majeski joins us on the telephone right now from his home. And man, oh, man, Ty, that was something for all of us to watch. It must have been pretty special for you.
Yeah, certainly. I couldn't have really wrote it up any better. No better time to win than in the second round of the playoffs. Obviously punches your ticket to Phoenix. Man, just cool. Obviously, been a long time coming. My NASCAR career has been up and down, and mostly down, but up as of late. And I'm just glad that I was able to get a third really good opportunity with everybody at Thorsport, Duke and Rhonda. It's been a pleasure working in the shop, creating friends, and I look at those guys in the shop as family now. It's been a great ride with them, and a lot more good things to come.
You caused the whole state of Wisconsin, including me, to go nuts.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's obviously, a lot of these guys around here I compete against, but they obviously show a lot of support for myself when I'm running the truck series. So I can't tell you how many of my super late model competitors reached out to me, and that was really cool. So Wisconsin racing is one big family, and that's why I'm so proud to be from Wisconsin. Have raced supers around here. So it's a cool little group we have up here for sure.
You to win your first race, like you said, to wait as long as you did and get your ticket punched to the Final Four. I mean, you're peaking at the perfect time, Ty.
Yeah, you said it. There's no better time to peak than right now. We have 3 races left. I get to go to Talladega without a worry in the world, which is great. That's obviously a huge wild card that we don't have to worry about now, and we can focus on getting the 99 or the 98 in victory lane, and hopefully get at least 2, maybe 3 ThorSport guys into Phoenix. So that's the goal. Like you said, we've been peaking at the right time here. We've led laps, I think, in the last 3 or 4 races, which is pretty cool. So we're up front consistently at all different types of racetracks, and it's who knows what can happen in Phoenix.
So Ty, what's your experience level at Phoenix? How many different races have you run there, and what are your thoughts on that place? Can you get her done there?
I don't know. I think so. I've got 1 Xfinity race, 1 ARCA race, and 1 truck race there. So I've got 3 solid races in, and I feel good about it. Phoenix is it's a mile track, so technically it's a short track, but it races a lot like an intermediate. Dirty air is very bad there. It is everywhere, but it seems to be magnified there. So I don't know. We'll see. I think, ThorSport has been good there, but it's not been one of our great tracks in recent years. So, but I know, Joe and I and the engineer, we've already been doing some preliminary sim for Phoenix, and now we can just focus on polishing that truck up and getting everything right in it and fluffing it and making it the best we can possibly make it to go and chase championship.
Is there, on your simulations, does it take into account dirty air? Can you actually work with that on a simulator?
Not really. Really, dirty air is, you can't fix it. But one thing you can do is make the platform of your truck in such a way that dirty air will affect it less. So, but when you do that, you often give up mechanical grip, for aero platforms. So it's a trade-off. So, just looking at our platform of our truck and how aggressive we're going to go there, with for a setup are all things that are decisions that we're going to have to make. And a lot of that comes down to qualifying. A lot of times you can, run an aggressive setup and qualify up front. And if you can stay up front, it's fine. But if you get back in traffic, a lot of times it's not so good. It's hard to make up time once you get back in traffic. So a lot of things, a lot of trade-offs, a lot of decisions to be made.
Yeah, outstanding.
I got to ask you one thing now. You got the win, and it finally happened. Now when it's all said and done, it has to be pretty satisfying, doesn't it? The road to get here was kind of long, you said, and we all saw that. You went and found a spot that worked where you fit in, you engineer the truck, you kind of hands-on everything goes on. You got a bunch of guys, you brought them together this year, you raced together, you got your first one together, you're going to race for a championship together. That's got to mean a lot, hey?
Yeah, no doubt. Joe's been, ever since Joe came back to ThorSport with Johnny, they've had good runs, but I don't think that it's been to their standards and what either of them expected to do. And to take that group and, get Joe motivated again. When you're with a certain team for so long, sometimes you just need a change. It's not that, Joe wasn't good anymore or Johnny can't get it done, because I've got the utmost respect for Johnny, and that guy can win any single race he enters still to this day. Any race he gets in, he's one of the best drivers out on the racetrack. And I think it was just time for a change from, I guess, my outside perspective. And it's been a pleasure working with Joe and all the guys. We have a lot of fun together. The camaraderie is great. We have fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. And that's why we win and lose together. We're in this as a team, and I make that very clear. Sometimes there'll be mistakes I make, sometimes Joe, the pit crew, right? Whatever it may be, we're in it together.
All right. Hey, listen, we're
I got
running
one
out
more
of
thing
time.
here. I know we got to finish the 2022 schedule yet, Ty, but the 2023 schedule came out, and how exciting was it to see the Milwaukee Mile on the Truck Series schedule? Hoping you're in the Truck Series again next year. That's got to be a cool thing to look forward to.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm hoping I'm in the same position I am next year. Obviously nothing set in stone yet. We're so focused on 2022 and bringing home a championship, but that would be awesome to get the opportunity to go to Milwaukee and race, in a NASCAR touring series at Milwaukee, a track that I've won at. And
hey, Jana, what do you love about working at Culver's?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? The flexible hours, good work-life balance, seeing myself become a leader, serving up smiles. Everybody loves smiles. But most of all, my coworkers. They're a second family to me. I know it sounds cliche or whatever, but it's so cool the way we take care of each other at Culver's.
Welcome to the True Blue You. Join your local Culver's team and love your job the way Jana does. Apply at culvers.jobs.
At Pick and Save, no matter where you order free pickup, you get the same great deals as you'd get in store. So you can save when you order during band practice, or at the dog park, or wherever. Start your cart with the Pick and Save app and save from wherever today. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply. Subject to availability.
You can save an extra $10 when you spend $40 or more on a great selection of participating items. Just look for the signs and save at Pick and Save.
obviously a home track for all of us. So really cool to see it coming back. Lot of cool things I think could happen if I'm able to be in the same position. So just excited for it, excited for the opportunity. Jill's got some experience there. I've got experience there. It's in the playoffs, so hopefully we'll be fortunate enough to find ourselves in the same position.
You win the championship, you'll be back in that truck. Don't you worry about a thing. In fact, you've done them well so far, my friend.
Dan, real quick, what did you do with the sword, Ty? That's a cool trophy. You got a spot for that on the mantle?
Well, the trophy. First of all, the sword is awesome. You know, that's what everybody looks for when they win Bristol. It's like Martinsville and the grandfather clock. It's Bristol and the sword, right? So, just excited to have such a premier trophy like that. And I think I'm going to go and buy all the guys replicas. All my Thor Sport guys, they deserve. They put in so much work. So I'm going to buy those guys a replica. And it's cool to have them a part of it and be a cool deal.
All right, Ty, I have to tell you, I was watching my TV and I said, here comes the Polish victory lap, and sure as hell, there you flipped it around on the front stretch and went the other way with a tip of the cap to Alan Kulwicki, your first champion of the Kulwicki development program. And the clowns on television had no idea what was happening. They didn't say a word. Yeah, it's real special to win here at Bristol, they said. Yeah, it's special, especially for a Polish guy from Wisconsin to do a Polish victory lap. We were all so proud of you, my friend, and we got a feeling we're going to be watching a champion here at Phoenix.
We'll all be down there to cheer you on in Phoenix.
Yeah,
We'll all be
I
there.
want to see one in Phoenix.
Awesome.
Polish victory lap in Phoenix.
There you go.
That would be cool.
Congratulations, Ty, and we'll talk to you in Phoenix, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Ty Majeski, part of the Final Four. We're going to sneak away for a break and be right back.
The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend returns to Wisconsin's Road America and Elkhart Lake, September 16th through the 18th. This vintage race draws more than 300 vintage and historic race cars across 11 groups to run over this 3-day event. This year will also feature the women of motorsports. Make it an outdoor family weekend with camping on site. Children under 16 get in free with paying adult. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The season finale at the Fair Park in Plymouth is coming on Saturday, September 24th. The annual Sprintacular features a high-powered IRA 410 sprint cars, the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA 360s, the Wingless Sprints, and the Lightning Sprints. 4 divisions of sprint cars in one action-packed night of racing. That is the September Sprintacular, Saturday, September 24th at the Fair Park in Plymouth. On-track action at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
Sunday, it's the Packers and Bears at Lambeau.
Do you actually relish in the fact that you beat the Bears the way you do every single year? Yes.
Game day coverage begins with Doug Russell at noon on Milwaukee's home for the Packers. 97.3 The Game.
And welcome back to the program. That Milwaukee Mile being added to the NASCAR schedule was not the only Wisconsin news. Fellas, the Xfinity Series is coming back to Road America on July 29th. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. We were kind of hoping that was going to be the case, that they would get a consolation prize for not having the Cup Series, and they were able to do that. So going to be kind of like what we had for the many years before that, the Xfinity Series. They have not announced what the support classes are going to be for that yet, but you can get your season passes. Today is the last day for the discounted renewal price for season passes of $490. If you order it by today, and you can do it online, otherwise the price increases to $520 starting tomorrow. So if you're a Road America fan, get out there, renew that pass, and save a lot of money.
I'm glad you reminded me. I renewed mine today just to get in. That's a hell of a deal. I mean, you get every race for the season, and if you're not doing it, you can go out today for the vintage race. Arians Ardor Wheels is their last event of the year is going on this weekend. Our good buddy Brad Dahmer's up there racing.
Wow. Yep, and they start the paving process the following week, October 3rd. They start taking off the old service and putting the new service at Road America. So, last race on the.
That's gonna be awesome next year.
Yes, it will.
So this week it was finally announced Kyle Busch is going to drive the number 8 car for Richard Childress Racing. Now, we knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise. We wanted to find out some details on it, and at the press conference, at the announcement this week, they did mention a few things and some other things we found out at that press conference. For one, Tyler Reddick, who has signed a contract to race for Childress for one more year, is kind of the redheaded stepchild here. He's going to get eased out of his car, and it's going to be Kyle Busch in the 8 car. Now, what's going to happen with Tyler Reddick? Well, he's going to stay, supposedly. Now, this is what Childress kind of mumbled, and it doesn't sound like he's really positive, because Dan and I are of the agreement that it looks as though he will expect someone to buy out his contract. However, he's going to stick with the line that the guy's going to stay and race for Richard Childress. But there's a couple of problems. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, he'll stick with Childress cars, what they said. Maybe a third charter, that gets expensive. Run unchartered, you're not going to make any money that way. It's kind of a hard situation there. We don't know what's going on with the 45. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, if Kurt Busch is not going to come back, then that's probably a landing spot for Tyler Reddick, and they'll probably buy out a contract or work some kind of deal with Childress, you'd hope. Childress will play hardball because they kind of stole him from him. If Kurt does come back, that's when it gets a little sticky. Where do you put Tyler Reddick for 1 year?
Maybe number 29 with a rented charter and a crew full of guys that he's going to have to hire for 1 year. Does any of that really make sense? It sounds like stopgap stuff to me. And what was not announced this week is that Ty Gibbs is going to be announced as the new driver of the 18 car. We all feel it coming. It's out there, and they're waiting for the perfect time. Gibbs is in every race this year, and he's going to be in every race from now on, the way it looks.
I mean, that is an option. Should Kurt come back on the 45 and you need a spot to put Reddick for a year, the 18 would be an option, I think, and then have Ty Gibbs wait another year. We'll see if that's out there. I mean, that's something that would be on the table, I would think, if you're looking for, you got to put Gibbs or Reddick somewhere, and that's a decent car, and he'd give it a decent ride.
And you can't race without a provisional. I mean, without a
charter.
Charter.
Yeah. A couple other things that came out of that. Of all things, RCR gave a contract to Brexton Bush. How old is that kid? About 11 years old?
7.
7? The youngest driver to ever get a contract? He's been given a future contract to drive for Childress. Seriously. I don't know if that's all just for show or go or whatever it is, but it was interesting. And another one that came out of that deal is that Kyle Busch is now going to be able to find a Chevrolet ride for the Indianapolis 500. Apparently, Joe Gibbs didn't want him racing in the 500, and it looks as though that if Kyle can find himself a ride, he'll go back to Indianapolis, where he was already Rookie of the Year once, wasn't there? Or was that just Kurt?
Kurt ran. He had a top 10 finish. Kyle has never done it yet. I think.
Oh, he has. Okay.
Nope, he's never.
That was Kurt. I mixed him up with his brother. And Kurt was Rookie of the Year. Finished like 6th or something, didn't he?
Yes, he had a really good run. So,
Yeah,
you know,
like-
your brother does that. You definitely want to do what your brother can do and try to show him up.
Outstanding. Dan, I thought of you the second that there was a presentation of a watch at the press conference. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you knew they had to do that. I mean, that's kind of funny. People that don't know, back at Kansas in 2011, Kyle Busch got into it with Richard Childress' driver, who was Joey Coulter, by the way. Remember him? That's how long ago. And then after the incident, supposedly Childress told Austin Dillon, "Here, hold my watch," went over and got him in a headlock and started smacking Kyle Busch. You know, that was 10, 11 years ago, and look at where we're at now. I think it's cool that he's going to Childress. It's been a while since Childress has really had a guy like Kyle Busch. He's got that never lose attitude. You know, when they said he reminded him of Earnhardt, you hate making that comparison because people get all crazy about that. There's never going to be another Dale Earnhardt Sr., but Kyle's got that same never say die
swagger.
Yeah, I mean, he does.
He does, and I agree with you 100%. There's so much going on. We're going to be squeezing stuff in from now till the end of the program. We'll be back.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend returns to Wisconsin's Road America and Elkhart Lake September 16th through the 18th. This vintage race draws more than 300 vintage and historic race cars across 11 groups to run over this 3-day event. This year will also feature the women of motorsports. Make it an outdoor family weekend with camping on site. Children under 16 get in free with paying adult. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
The Packers and Bears renew their legendary rivalry Sunday night at Lambeau.
It's the same thing. Aaron Rodgers is the boogeyman, and I fully expect him to be there when I die.
On Milwaukee's home for the Packers, 97.3 The Game.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Yes, the special event portion of the season is well underway. We'll start Tuesday night in Fairbury, Illinois. The Flo Castrol Late Model Night in America race, $22,022 to win, went to Bobby Pierce. Thursday night, Knoxville, Iowa. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series started their night number 1 of the Knoxville Late Model Nationals. 7,000 to win. Shane Clanton was your winner there. Friday night in Indianapolis, Indiana, the Circle City Raceway, the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car Series. Kevin Thomas Jr. was your winner. Night number 2 in Knoxville for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. 7,000 to win. Bobby Pierce was your winner. Mechanicsville, Pennsylvania, the Williams Grove Speedway for the All-Star Circuit of Champions Sprint Cars. Lance DeWeese was your winner there. Hanford, California, the Keller Auto Speedway for the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Logan Schuchart picked up the win there. Yesterday in Knoxville was supposed to be the finale, 50,000 to win for the Lucas Oil Series. That was rained out. That'll be later on this evening, which you can see on MAV TV. Check your local listings for that. Chilton last night, Gravity Park Speedway, the Chilton Fall Invitational in the modified. Steve Schneider was your winner. Stock cars, Tyler Wilson. Grand Nationals was TJ Smith. Up in Seymour, the Outagamie County Speedway, their 2022 Fall Brawl for the Dirt Kings Late Model Series. Brett Swedberg was your winner. Modifies Jaden Schmidt. IMCA Stock Cars, Eric Malik. And the Grand Nationals was Dustin Weiss. Our good friend and listener, Matt Yancey, finished second in that feature last night. Cool. Congratulations to him. He needed a good run for sure. Beaver Dam last night, the IRA Sprint Cars. Danny Schlafer picked up the win. New Richmond, Wisconsin, Cedar Lake Speedway, the legendary 100 for the late models. AJ Demel was your winner. Modifieds Daryl Nelson. USRA Limited late models was Corey Reese. Out in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, the I-94 Speedway, the Wissota 100 for the Wissota late models. Jimmy Mars was your winner. And the modifieds, it was Tyler Peterson. Fairbury, Illinois last night, the Power Eye Midgets. Kenan McIntosh was your winner. Peabody, Missouri, I-55 Raceway, their season finale last night. And good friend Kenny Wallace is your modified champion. He won the feature last week, finished 16th last night, but it was good enough for him to pick up the championship. So congratulations to him. Hopstad, Indiana, the Tri-City Speedway for the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Cars. Jaden Rogers picked up his first career feature win there. Sarver, Pennsylvania, Lernerville Speedway, the Commonwealth Cup, 10,000 win for the 410 Sprint Cars. Aaron Weitzel was your winner. Scotty Thiel from Sheboygan went all the way out there. There were 44 cars. He finished second in that feature, so congratulations to him. And finally, Abbottstown, Pennsylvania, the Lincoln Speedway for the All-Star Circuit of Champions, $20,000 to win Dirt Cup. Brent Marks continued his outstanding season, picking up the win there. That is everything we have for this week.
All right, in the world of asphalt racing, boy, oh boy, Slinger Speedway was rained out last week, and all the championships are sent to today. It's going to be free admission at Slinger Speedway today for everybody. We've got features in super late models and late models. We got all these races. Champions are going to be determined in all of our divisions. Remember, the NASCAR race was last night. The Packer game isn't until tonight. The afternoon is wide open. I don't know about you, but I got sunshine where I am. What's it doing at Slinger right now?
Beautiful and sunny. We're waiting for you to get here. It's free.
Yeah, there you go. So it'll be a big fun time at Slinger Speedway today, and I expect we're going to have a great crowd. So we'll get there early and bring some beer money because you got to spend it somewhere, right? Might as well drink beer. A couple of results for you. The 42nd Wisconsin State Championships. The preview feature Friday night at Jefferson. Dale Nottestad was your winner. Last night at Grundy, it was the 61st Tony Bettenhausen Memorial in the super late models. Ricky Baker was your winner at that thing. Now, we had some controversy this weekend. And what we don't need in short track racing is too much controversy. Well, the National Crate Asphalt late models, and I think it was the first event they ever put on. They apparently had a pretty good idea, and that is to try and lower the costs to put on super late model racing, which is a noble idea. And you've had Tom Hanley, whose claim to fame was Alan Kowicki's car owner way back before Alan ever left to go down south for a year or two, has been touting this series and promoting this series. So a guy by the name of Joe Lewandowski, who is the man behind the National Crate Asphalt late models, put a race on and said to all these drivers and cars, we're going to do it this way. We're going to have what was put out there was $1,000 to win each 55-lap feature. That's two of them. Turns out it was $604, but who knew? Then $500 more for the overall winner. That's nice. We have 24. Let's see. We have $10,000 in lap money to be distributed at $100.
Because nobody got paid, right?
Well, so all this money is out there, and nobody I mean, nobody got paid. Not the two winners, Justin Mondyke and Jacob Gady. They all got told your check is in the mail. They also said there was only 187 people in the stands. So how can we pay this? Even though, well, anyway, joining us on the program right now, Mike Egan, the former driver and sometimes driver, the current sponsor, current car owner, all around good guy. Mike, welcome to the program. And you had a car in this NCAL race up at Marshfield.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, we did. And I'll be honest, the racing that went on there Friday night was great. I mean, there was a lot of passing, a lot of back and forth for the lead. It was really good racing, up until the end of the ordeal, like you were just saying.
All right, so we got all this money. People bought laps at $100 a lap.
$38,500 was kind of the posted payout for the race. And at the end of the day, late Friday night, we were told, or actually yesterday, we were told that each team would get $500. So basically they're paying out $10,000 of the $38,000 that, the teams
that was promised.
Told. Right,
and was supposedly lap money got up front, and that isn't being paid out either, right?
It doesn't appear to be.
$500 was supposed to be what everybody got to start each event, correct?
Correct. Yes, it was $1,000 if you started both features.
Okay, and now they're telling you that the total you're going to get is $500. What's
Correct.
going on?
Even the winners and even people who led laps are only getting the same $500.
This
so it's kind of a
might be
participation trophy.
First and last event for the National Crate Asphalt late models, it sounds like to me, huh?
Well, I got to tell you, I can't see how people could support an event like that where they don't do what they say they're going to do.
Unbelievable.
Security Solutions ran their business that way.
Well, I'm afraid we wouldn't have many employees.
No, it's crazy. I got to tell you. Hey, you're getting ready to win a national championship with your young driver, aren't you?
Well, we're sure going to try. We're running for the JEGS Series Pro Late Model Tour this year. We're currently leading the points. He's currently going to be the Rookie of the Year, and it's going to come down to the last race in Winchester between us and Dakota Strupp, and they do a chase format just like NASCAR. So whichever one of us finishes ahead of the other is going to be the national champion.
Well, congratulations on making it that far, and good luck to Nick Egan, a fine young driver if I ever saw one, and it would be pretty cool if you went down there and stole their money.
He's pretty good at Winchester.
It would be awesome.
Right? I mean, Nick's pretty good at Winchester, right?
Well, we did win there the last time we were there, so that was a bonus. So we're just kind of loving on that car, and we're not taking it apart and not racing it anywhere. We're just saving everything the way we had it that last time we were there a couple weeks ago.
Mike Egan, thanks for being on. Good luck on getting your money from those clowns.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good day, guys.
Buddy. You bet. See you at Slinger, maybe. We'll be back.
The Aaron's Art on Wheels Vintage Weekend returns to Wisconsin's Road America and Elkhart Lake, September 16th through the 18th. This vintage race draws more than 300 vintage and historic race cars across 11 groups to run over this 3-day event. This year will also feature the women of motorsports. Make it an outdoor family weekend with camping on site. Children under 16 get in free with paying adult. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
The season finale at the Fair Park in Plymouth is coming on Saturday, September 24th. The annual Sprintacular features a high-powered IRA 410 sprint cars, the Plymouth Dirt Track Racing MSA 360s, the Wingless Sprints, and the Lightning Sprints. 4 divisions of sprint cars in one action-packed night of racing. That is the September Sprintacular, Saturday, September 24th at the Fair Park in Plymouth. On-track action at 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
Aaron Rodgers owns my life, and I'm sick of it, and I'm sad about it.
Sunday.
Wild riding to the goal line. Touchdown!
The Packers and Bears renew their legendary rivalry Sunday night at Lambeau.
It's the same thing every year.
Aaron Rodgers is the boogeyman, and I fully expect him to be there when I die. Yep. Staring into my eyes, smiling softly, I still own you.
Game day coverage begins at noon on Milwaukee's home for the Packers. 97.3 The Game.
All right, lots going on. Yeah, we got a few more notes for you as we start winding up the program. Joe Gibbs Racing loses yet another sponsor. Brandon Jones, who's been driving that number 19 car for the last several years in the Xfinity Series, is leaving, and he's going to Junior Motorsports. He's going to drive the number 9 car that Noah Gregson is leaving. He's taking the Ream money. He's the guy from Ream. And with that comes some other things. I don't know if we've explained it to you in the past, but when they don't like putting Ream on the car, they'll have places that sell Ream, right, Dan? Like, say, for instance, Menards and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, the Ream products are at Menards, so Menards goes on the car. And you also see a lot of times Ream is always on a team car. It's not ever on Brandon Jones's car, even though it's his money. It'll go on to the team car.
So
Christopher Bell had it. I don't know whether Bell's got a deal with, for the Cup side or not, or that goes away too. I don't know.
All right. Jeremy Clements, remember him, the guy that won at Daytona, and he was assessed a L2 penalty. That level 2 stuff is pretty important. There was a lot of money and a lot of points, and he kicked out of the playoffs. Well, he took it. I can't believe it that the call was overturned, and he will be in the playoffs after going in front of the board and stating their case. NASCAR doesn't have that overturned on him very often. Jeremy Clements, he's not going to win the championship, but he's going to make it into the playoffs, and that right there, it makes their whole season guaranteed. So pretty cool stuff. Here's another one. The Chevrolet folks, and the guy in charge of Chevrolet is Jim Campbell. He was asked specifically, what about Kyle Busch Motorsports? What about all those trucks that he puts out there for Toyota with all these young drivers? And it's been a pipeline for Toyota. What's going to happen with Chevrolet? And the quote he had was, "We're working on it." That's the official quote. Guys, what's your feeling on that?
They got to find some people from Chevrolet to drive those cars, those trucks. That's the thing. The 2 guys that run Kyle Busch's trucks right now, they're under agreement with Toyota. So Chevrolet doesn't have anybody really in the pipeline, right? I don't think, so it's just a matter of, can Chevrolet come up with some kids to drive those trucks?
Well, I mean, with the Kyle Busch truck, you'll find a time to, you'll make some time to come up with that if you can find somebody out there. The thing is, with John Hunter Nemechek, Chandler Smith, those guys are all under Toyota backing. They may end up in maybe the Gibbs Xfinity cars. I don't know. I mean, they got to find a spot for them too.
In other news, Wisconsin's one and only Cup driver, Josh Bilicki, was supposed to have driven the number 77 car yesterday in the Cup race, and he was not there. He was replaced by Landon Castle, and had all of Josh's sponsors on the car, and it makes you wonder, is Josh Bilicki out at Spire Motorsports? You doubt it, but
the deal is I mean, maybe Landon came up with a better deal. It's a pay-to-play kind of ride type deal, and if he comes with the funding, he'll be in the car. It's not.
Josh's sponsors were on the car last night, so that's why I was a little suspicious of the whole thing. And
That's right.
Well, I hope so. And as far as Kyle Larson goes, he re-signed a contract with Hendrick Motorsports. Remember when they took him there? We don't know about this. He's such a controversial driver. Yeah, right. He is now signed through 2026 to drive that number 5 car, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. And it does make me think of something pretty important. Stewart-Haas Racing has now missed the boat on both Kyles, Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. Both of them were negotiating. Both of them had a possibility of going over to Stewart-Haas. But the good news for Stewart-Haas is Eric Almirola's sponsor signed on for 2 more years. So we do know, we have the security of knowing that the number 10 car will be filling up the fields for the next 2 years when they could have had one of those Kyles in their car. Absolutely amazing.
On that Spire deal, the one Spire charter is in danger of being in the bottom 3 for 3 years in a row. I think it's the 7. It's either the 7 or the 77. I'm not sure which one they flip-flop around there, but I think it's the 7. So one of those Spire charters, if it falls in the bottom 3 this year, it'd be the 3rd year, and it could be up for grabs.
And perhaps they could can they take the same one that's up for renewal and perhaps lease it to Richard Childress?
Yeah, they could.
Well, we found something out there. If Reddick stays with Childress, that could be the one. Maybe number 29. They've had that number in the past. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the program. As soon as this is over, I am getting in my car and heading to Slinger Speedway for the track championships. A nice crowd and free admission at Slinger. Woohoo!
Fireworks, I got to yell, free, free, free.
Free, free. And here's something we want everybody to remember. Real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our in-house engineer and website coordinator is Matt Hangover Losi. Thanks for being here, folks. See you next week.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations via Skype. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.
At Pick and Save, we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you food that's fresher than fresh. From homegrown watermelon that makes your mouth water to crisp corn picked right around the corner. Come pick out some yourself, because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You can save an extra $10 when you spend $40 or more on a great selection of participating items. Just look for the signs and save at Pick and Save.